Will the Council President please give his address?
Good morning and Happy New Year. Members of the state delegation, Honorable Mayor Ferrantini, colleagues of the City Council and School Committee, Superintendent Scully, and Madam Clerk, Linda Catoulis. Honored guests, friends, family, city employees, and fellow residents of Haverhill. I'd like to recognize my wife Heidi for her support, as well as my big brother Jim and his wife Donna. I'd also like to mention that this is a unique city council in the sense that we have two very outstanding women that are going to be serving at the same time. Thank you very much. And I think it should also be noted that it's a very proud day for Councilor Ryan, who gets to see his daughter. That must be a wonderful feeling to see your daughter actually get to serve in the city that Bill has served in for so many years. It is an honor to stand here today as the president of the Haverhill City Council. Thank you for your support. I am grateful for this opportunity that you have given me, and I intend to have a major impact this term on your behalf. Haverhill doesn't have a choice. Economic forces are demanding that we revamp our current economic development capability. I intend to make that happen. Sustainable economic development is critical to the success of Haverhill. A successful business environment provides jobs and much-needed revenue for the city, reducing the tax burden for homeowners. Local workers, in turn, support other city businesses like shops, services, and restaurants. The number one uncertainty in our future is the local economy. Success in sustainable economic development is a process, not a single event. While we have had our share of successes, some of which were highlighted by Mayor Ferrantini, all processes evolve. The global economy is changing dramatically. Large companies are developing partnerships for distribution, warehousing, and assembly to bring back manufacturing to the United States of America. At the same time, there has been a substantial increase in very small enterprises, including one or two-person companies that sell services, creativity, and expertise. Some analysts project that these independent entrepreneurs could become a majority of the American workforce by 2020. I've worked with Mayor Ferrantini and Bill Pillsbury, the city's economic development director, along with business and education leaders on several proof-of-concept projects to test the waters in Haverhill for a rapidly changing economy. We held a successful startup competition in Haverhill led by Lightspeed Manufacturing of Ward Hill, while Kiefer Development led an associated effort to successfully attract a critical mass of startups and small businesses to the Burgess Business Center and Incubator in downtown Haverhill. Due to the complexities of the future economy and the interrelationships with other key elements of our city, such as public infrastructure, public safety, schools, and residential housing, the next logical step is to collectively together develop a comprehensive long-range policy plan for Haverhill, starting with our vision for the future of Haverhill. The comprehensive plan must integrate how we intend to make Haverhill a better place to live, learn, work, and play in the next 10 to 20 years. Pieces of that vision have already emerged in various settings, but the whole picture needs to be pulled together in a statement that gives more guidance to all of our institutions and stakeholders. It will set the table for specific projects and programs to implement its goals. I propose that sustainable economic development should get early attention in this planning process, and here are some elements that we might include. Sorry for the examples. I'm an engineer and I had to drill down a level. The mayor and council have made some zoning innovations in recent years and are continuing to do so. But now we need to go further, especially for attracting industry to our business parks. We need to develop a strategy by analyzing trends in a wide range of existing and emerging economic sectors and their potential for relocation to Haverhill. What is the next big thing? What industries and companies complement our current assets? How do we attract a steady stream of entrepreneurs and the new ideas and jobs that they create? For example, we have a cluster of food manufacturing companies and a successful restaurant district. Can we attract creative and innovative entrepreneurs with a food incubator to include commercial kitchens and design tools to create new food products and manufacturing techniques? Another example is that the two fastest growing technology-based industries in Massachusetts are robotics and big data analytics. Can we become the manufacturing arm for these industries and others that have research and development centers in Cambridge and Boston? How do we account for the flexible space needs of smaller companies that will come and go in an ever-changing economy? These questions must be studied and analyzed in a systematic way with broad stakeholders from business, government, education, and our community. Then we can address the land use, public infrastructure, transportation, energy, financial, workforce training needs for the industries and companies that we have targeted. We have also done some good streamlining of the permit process for business development, and we are looking at further simplifying the design review process, as you heard earlier from the mayor. But we can go further in creating a business-friendly environment. Many cities are building a broadband network as business is increasingly conducted on the web, especially with the global proliferation of smartphones. We should look at this as a way to interconnect our business parks and future downtown developments to create a cohesive business environment. We need to work with our state and federal delegations to offer financial incentives for business development in gateway cities. So far, tax credits for residential development in the downtown have been effective, but there are very few such incentives for business development in our industrial parks. I envision Haverhill becoming a workforce training and business mentoring center in the region. Imagine the competitive advantage that Haverhill would have if we become a one-stop shop for training at all levels by leveraging Haverhill High, Woody Tech, Northern Essex Community College, UMass Lowell, and other universities and colleges in the region and in Boston and Cambridge. And finally, with our flexible, comprehensive plan in our hand, we will have the basis for a marketing campaign to realize our vision by attracting investment to our city. I strongly recommend that we hold a conference no later than 1 month from now the first week in February, to organize the development of a comprehensive plan for Haverhill, modeled after Sommer Vision, which is the City of Somerville's comprehensive plan, which we can adapt for Haverhill. All pertinent stakeholders, including local and regional government officials and leaders from business and education, as well as Haverhill residents, will be invited to attend the conference. It is recommended that an independent steering committee with city participation be assembled to lead the effort. One key enabler is to obtain funding from the private sector for an economic development consultant to develop the plan based on direction from the steering committee. I hope this brief overview of what could be in Haverhill's future is as exciting to you as it is to me. That it imparts energy and excitement and makes clear my commitment to work towards achieving these goals. Now is the moment. Let's get on with it together. Thank you all very much. Mr. Council Vice President, Scatamacchia, would you like to give your address?
Thank you. Reverend Goodspeed, Father Murray, Rabbi Coronel, distinguished guests in government and citizens of Haverhill. Back about 6 years ago, I guess it was, during a re-election campaign, a gentleman walked up to me and put his hand out and he said, Bob, and he told me his name, and he said, I'm going to vote for you this time. I never voted for you before, but I'm going to vote for you this time. And I was kind of happy to hear something like that, and I asked him, is it because of a particular issue that you agreed with me on? And he said, no. I said, is it because of a constituent service that I helped one of your friends with? He goes, no, not that either. So he said, well, I asked him, why did you vote for me then? Not vote for me before, but you're going to vote for me now. He says, because you don't talk much. So, Eddie, if you're listening, I'm not going to let you down.
Very good.
That's a true story. That's a true story. But there are some things I'd like to say. You know, Mayor Fiorentini hit on a couple of them, the teamwork that's involved. And I've learned very early in my life that you don't make promises you can't keep. But there's one promise I'm going to make today that I think everybody on the city council is going to keep, and that's try to maintain the momentum that the city has achieved in the Renaissance area, in being downtown. And if anybody is my age or maybe a little bit younger, they can remember what downtown was like 30 years ago. There were all empty factory buildings. There was very little retail business. That's changed, and it changed for a lot of reasons. Firstly, you know, we have a very strong voice in Washington with Congresswoman Tsongas. We have a tremendously strong legislative delegation with Representative Diana DiZoglio, Representative Linda Campbell, and Representative Lenny Mira. And I'd really be remiss if I didn't mention Representative Brian Dempsey. Without him, I think Haverhill would be the first Detroit. He has provided us with so much money for the things that we really absolutely positively had to have. And one of the things that I really admire from the last council and the present council is that there was no politicking. Everybody worked to achieve the same goal. There was no headline grabbing. There was no personal vendettas that were held. We all worked for the same goal. Now, maybe we really didn't agree on how we get to that goal, but we always had the best interests of the citizens of the city in our minds. And looking over the council today, I'm sure that's going to happen again. And Ed, I told you I wasn't going to speak very long, and I don't want to lose your vote, so I just want to thank all of the voters and all of you here. Thank you.